Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Motorcycle Rewind, and today we have a 1982 Honda XL80S. Okay, let's take a look inside this tank. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Let's see if I can get this in there. Yeah, you can see all the way down to the bottom. Clear blue ocean. Smells good too, so I think this sucker will run. Okay, run switch on, fuel on, and hey. It is a Honda after all. Not too bad. It may need a little bit more idle. I don't know, maybe not. What do you think? More idle? Less idle? Let's go a little bit. Not that much. Pretty responsive. Yeah, pretty good. Sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty good. Nice when they just turn into a Honda. Nice little bike. But it did come with a couple of packages. Let's look and see what they are. Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh! Looks like we got some clutches. Looks like we may need some clutches. And this is probably, based on the shape of this package, a gasket for that. So let's see if it in fact needs clutches or it may just need to be adjusted. Let's see. Let's test this clutch out. Yeah, you did hear it. A little. Are you in the middle of the road? I don't know what you got going on. Let's see. Oh, this person is sitting in the road. Let's go around. That's why you have a trail bike, so you can ride in the grass. Yeah, it is a little slippy right there. It may be able to be adjusted. It may have some life left in it, but we also do have the clutches, so. Runs good. Runs really good. I mean, it's not slipping like I would expect. Like here, I would expect it to be slipping. Yeah, I would expect it to be slipping when you get into higher RPMs. Come on, car. Yeah, I definitely would expect it to be slipping in higher RPMs, but it's not doing that. I don't know, it doesn't feel like it's going into second, third. Yeah, I mean, it's pulling. I'm not hearing it. Not the normal slip that you go, that you feel the RPM. So I don't know. Let me know if you guys are hearing anything different than what I am. Yeah, no. I don't know. Guys, I think it ran out pretty good. It did sound like it may be making some cam chain noise. I'll have to watch the video back to here. I can't hear it with my head crammed in a helmet. I think it may be making some cam chain noise, which we can adjust the cam chain. But it's a nice bike. I mean, it runs out good, feels strong. So we'll look to start cleaning it up, and we may, since we have the clutch, we may just go ahead and put it in. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and pull the cover off and change the clutch that we have, just because it came with the clutch plates and the gasket, and I'm guessing the previous owner rode it a little bit more than what I did. I don't know if I rode it enough to really find it, get it hot enough to where you see that. And so we're going to do it. So we're going to go ahead and pop this guy off, remove these covers, and while we're at it, I'm going to go ahead and pull the exhaust off. We're going to shoot a coat of paint on it just to make it look better. And while we have the covers off, the case covers off, we're going to go ahead and paint those too. So when we put it back on, it just looks a little bit better. Okay, let's go ahead and pop this off. We'll never find that again. It fell in the skid plate. We're going to go ahead and pull that off too, because we're going to go ahead and paint that as well. Okay, should have that off. Now, let's see if we can get it off. Maybe a wiggle. These are teeth. It's going to require. Do you have to take the rear wheel off to get this? Got to pull the shock off to get the exhaust off? Come on, Honda. You're better than that. Let's try it. Let's see if I can just get a little bit of room. Come on. Jeez, Pete's a whole lot easier than it looked. Let me stick this back up here. Oh, where's my... Just don't have to look for it. Good. Okay, let's get the shifter off. Okay, got the kickstart lever off. Again, I like to put all the hardware back from whence it came, so I don't have to look for it later. Okay, let's go ahead and pull off the skid plate. And I don't believe I have to pull off the skid plate to get my side cover off, but since I'm painting the exhaust, I figured I might as well paint this skid plate too, clean it up so it looks a little bit better. And I had to find my nut that goes on my exhaust, which I did. I'm about to look up. I thought this guy was black, but it looks to be that it was painted silver. So let me clean it up and do some research. Okay, it appears to have been painted silver. It looks to be the same color as the cases. So that's what's going to happen to this one. I did look up a few pictures online and I found it to where it was painted this way. Now, later ones, this one, like I said earlier in the video, it's an 82. It was made at the end of 81. See if I can get that for you. It's an 82 that was made at the end of 81. This appears to be an 81 paint scheme, this red and black. And so in later ones, these may have been black, but it appears that in this one, they would be silver. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, let's get this oil so we can drain the oil really quickly and see if I can catch it in this tiniest hole that I made. Wish it would click or something right when you got to the end so it'd say, hey, by the way, this is it. Okay, let that drain. Doesn't look like there's anything on it, so let that sit, let that drain. We'll start pulling off the side cover. So I'll start unscrewing these. I already went around earlier and broke them free and tightened it back up so it wouldn't leak out. This appears to have a new gasket. I'm looking at this. I'm going to try to keep these in order so I can remember where they go. I got all the case screws out except this one hits the foot pegs, so I'm going to have to go ahead and pull that off. And it looks as though I'm going to have to pull off this brake because it doesn't look like that's going to clear either. So I'm going to pull the brake here, pull these pegs off. Challenge with the pegs is that this bike only has a side stand. That's what it's resting on, so I'm going to have to put it on a crate. So let me get this off first, then we'll put it up on a crate. Okay, let me go ahead and get this cover off. Come on, stay on. Stay on, there we go. And we can get to the clutch. Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe the clutch is going. It feels like there's a lot of material in there. So let's clean that out and get it ready for some paint. Okay, let's go ahead and get this off. Okay, let's go ahead and get this snap ring off. I don't have any snap ring pliers here, so I'm gonna have to do it with a couple of picks. Just have to be careful so you don't launch it across the lawn or bend it. I got it. Okay, let's start pulling this basket apart. See what we end up with. We can leave that one on. I don't know if they look so bad. Let's see. They don't look too bad. The plates look clean, but we've got new ones. This isn't something I would throw away. I'd save these and because they were working. So we're gonna save them because we may end up running into one of these that needs it. But we've got new springs and new plates. So let's go ahead and put that on. Okay, I went ahead and soaked these plates in oil. So let's see if I can stick them on here. Let's get them here and then we'll slide it right into that basket. One more. Okay, let's go ahead and put this snap ring back in. All I did was start that side and then just pull this side out until you get it set. And there you go. Snap ring pliers do make it easier. Then the same thing in reverse. Put the springs on, tighten these guys down. Okay, just need to snug these guys up. They are pretty long, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. Crisscross, applesauce. Just use the cordless to get it most of the way and then just snugging this up, not going crazy on them. Just enough to hold it all in. Then I just got to put my pusher in. Cases are being painted. Once they're dry, we'll stick it all back together. Okay, here you go. These are our case covers, our skid plate, and we're using this VHT engine enamel. It's cast aluminum, and I think it comes out to be a very, very close. Looks good. And then it's high temp, all that other stuff. Okay, so while the cases are drying, I went ahead and painted the cylinder. Just masked it off real quick and did that. I'm gonna let this dry a bit, and then I'm gonna touch up just the top of that case cover, and then I think we'll be good. What I'm going to do now is these guys right here, you can see they're in good shape. They just have a little bit of rust on it on the outside, which makes them look not as good. So I'll show you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use this roll bar chassis paint and this foam brush. I'm gonna spray onto the brush and then I'm gonna wipe it on. So let me show you. Just gonna spray on. I'm spraying down so I don't get it on the bike. Get some on there, and then we're just gonna brush it on. A little bit more and we'll keep doing it. Yeah, it's really starting to make a difference. Again, I'm not trying to make it perfect. I'm just trying to think of it like detailing. I'm just putting Armor All on the tires. But that looks way better than it did just a few minutes ago. Shouldn't say minutes. Yep. Okay, so we touched up the shocks, front and rear. I mean, front and rear, left and right. Also touched up the top of the engine here. That, and I figured while the cases are still drying, I might as well try to polish this tank up a little bit. Oh, I also touched up the handlebars with the same black, just where it had some, you can probably see right there, there's a spot that I didn't get. If I had a Q-tip, I'd get that. Or if I just loosen that up, I can get to it. But that just makes it look so much better. Again, think of it like detailing. So now we're gonna see if we can polish up this tank a little bit, since I'm trying to kill time before I can put the engine together. So again, using some compound, the drill, just gonna go at it. Put a little bit more compound. That's going to be more than enough. I'm trying to avoid slinging it too much just because that paint is still wet. Let's take a look at it, see what it looks like. Let's dry it off. This towel should be relatively clean. I mean, let's buff it off. It looks pretty good. I mean, the tank looked good before. Feels I could probably get by with wet sanding a little bit just to make it a little smoother. We're just doing a quickie on this just to see what we can do. We can definitely get to making it better. Yeah, this looks pretty good for just a quick and dirty. Now that we've got a clean engine, that's a little shinier. We still need a new cover. We still need to touch up the red here and there, but just as a quick and dirty detailing just to make it look better, that's really what we're trying to do. Let me go check those side covers, see how dry they are. Here we are, our 1982 Honda XL80S, all back together. Just a little paint makes such a difference in polishing up that tank. Looks so good. So now let's take it for a ride. test out our clutch. Honestly, it feels like it did. But we know it's good, so for that regard, I'm pretty happy. Sounds good. This is a fun little bike. Well, if I would have had one of these when I was in 1982, I turned 15 in 1982, I would have been a hell raiser. Gotta slow down. I was easily doing 100 miles an hour. I mean, at least maybe a $120. There's nothing more fun than riding slow bikes fast. I was probably doing 30 miles an hour. That's awesome. This guy's great. He cleaned up well. I'm happy. Look at this guy. It cleaned up really good. I mean, not a bad motorcycle. We went ahead and got rid of the spare parts because we put them in there. Clutch is good. Everything else runs good. You know, I need a couple of things. I need to do. This was repainted. So I want to get some touch-up paint that matches, that better matches. You can really see the difference right here. Touch up that rear and any other spot where the red needs to be touched up. Find the side covers for this and a new seat cover. And that, thing will be awesome. Clean up the wheels, clean up the tires and wheels, and this thing would be great, but it's pretty great as it is. Yeah, it's me. Yeah, like I said, look, you can see we painted this side cover, the engine over here. Just makes such a difference. Such a difference. And then I think maybe finding the correct fender. Better fender. This bike is worth, I think, it's almost there. It just needs a few bits and it'd be up over the edge. Nice motorcycle. Guys, we still have some work to do on our 1982 Honda XL80S, but boy, it's made great strides. Just cosmetically, just doing some detailing on it, and a little bit more, and we can take it up over the edge. But this thing is coming along nicely. Clutch, I'm not really noticing the difference between the new clutch versus the old clutch. Maybe a little bit if I was picky, but I didn't ride it long enough, to be honest. But now at least we don't have to worry about that in the future. Few things on this and it'll be really, really nice. Guys, I want to thank you for watching yet another episode of Motorcycle Rewind, and do me a favor, like, tag, share, and follow us on Instagram at Motorcycle Rewind, and go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thanks again, guys, and have a great day.